Hey there, family and friends. Today is December 28th. So I guess Happy New Year, everyone. I hope everyone had a good holidays. I'm back out here out at the farm. There's been some good progress. We have almost a full deck. Everything's kind of sealed up. A lot's happened. Let's turn this guy around. Okay, so the obvious sort of changes. There's a deck. These guys, that deck has been going up so fast. Like I just mentioned, everything's kind of sealed up. They did put a little entrance for us so we could walk in. We had a lot of concrete poured. And then, like I just mentioned, the deck over there. The thing that's hard to tell with the camera is that deck is so high. Like, it is surprisingly high. It's one of those things where no matter what we saw on the plans, you just kind of have to experience it to see how high it is. As we look out across the field onto the forest, so our land goes all the way over to those tree lines there. You can just picture how on summer evenings, being out here, seeing all the wildlife in the field, seeing the birds, seeing everything happening over in the forest. Like this deck's going to be the star of the show. It is amazing. So let's go ahead to, I'm walking under the deck. So it curves around to the back, and we'll have the staircase in this section here that'll go down. So last time I hoped we were going to do a video from inside the house. We're still not quite there yet, but we're getting closer and closer. But look at this. We have a slab poured. It's amazing. You could maybe hear the echo in my voice. But this is what they did last week. They came out here, had a whole crew pouring this slab. It was pretty impressive. Pouring everything. It was a full day affair to finish the concrete work, but the pour itself lasted like an hour and a half. Lots of people working and floating and, smoothing out everything. So we have our two bay drains. There's one right there and one right here. They put some sort of drip, I don't know what they formally call it, but this little indentation on the floor here, so the garage doors will seal against that. And with how much rain and wind we get here, this sort of thing is awesome because regardless of how sealed your garage door is, water is going to hit. And by having this little lip, it doesn't flood the rest of the garage. So we're really, really excited that they put that in here as well. But the floor is done. Hooray! This is huge. So they're just kind of letting it cure a little bit longer while before they start doing some heavy work in here. I think in the past I've mentioned this beam here needs to be replaced. And when we had the cribbing towers, the steel beams were blocking the ability to remove that massive beam. And so in terms of quote unquote major infrastructure changes, that's one of the big things that's remaining. That beam that goes from end to end will be replaced with a similar sort of beam, a glue lam beam. So that'll happen here soon. But look at this concrete. Oh, it's amazing. It's glorious. I am so happy. Like you can really start to feel, just going over here so you can see the full view, you really start to feel this project getting closer and closer to being complete. But the amount of space in here is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. You could hear the wind blowing against the Tyvek. This is temporary. They'll end up wrapping the house with tar paper. I think I've mentioned that in the past. But the Tyvek is cheap and quick for them to kind of wrap while things get prepared before they put on the proper house wrap and siding. Oh my gosh, the rain's starting to pick up again. Good old Pacific Northwest. Yep. So very cool progress. We met with the contractor yesterday. kind of talk through some options. Now that, you know, we're getting closer to completion, there are some things that we just didn't know we needed or wanted, or didn't know how to solve it until the house was built. Getting soaked. And so one of the things we talked about was to put, so the staircase will come down, and so we're going to put a concrete pad that kind of kicks out to support the staircase, to make sure that, you know, you're not walking in the water and the mud like you see here. And so we have a few things like that. You know, they still haven't sealed up, you know, tackled any of the siding, but, you know, some of the things like that doorway will get sealed off. Those are the sorts of things that we're talking about with the contractor now. So lots and lots of progress. They're really trying to get house access as soon as possible, because all the other contractors need it. They need it. And so that's kind of the big push for the deck and for that front staircase over the next week or so. And so hopefully, again, like I said last time, hopefully next time we will have access to the house. But huge progress being made. Can't thank the guys, the contractors enough. They're doing a phenomenal job. So until next time, bye everyone.